Dressler here with Justin Thompson, and we just wrapped up our round 2 in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Probably one of our best rounds yet. I think that our pro class is growing each week. We see a couple new faces each week, and I think we're carrying a lot of momentum.
Yeah, I mean, every week I think this year we're going to slowly build, and I think that this weekend I was worried about the dirt. I mean, this place is a little different than we normally get to. It's more of like a shale than actual dirt, so it falls apart a little bit on the face of the jumps. A lot of the guys liked it. They like the ruts, they like the berms, they like how hammered out the whoops got. It got kind of one line near the end of the clash, but I mean, they enjoyed it.
It was constantly changing, even between motos. So every time there was a class out there was something a little different line depending on the class, and I think that made things interesting for the pro classes.
Yeah, I mean, that Clash for Cash, I mean, the mains were awesome. And how about, like, I mean, you know, points leader Heath Harrison had to come from the LCQ.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't even qualify until the LCQ. He had to win the LCQ, and it came out and won the Clash. How cool is that?
Yeah, I know he went down or something early in the heat race, and then for the LCQ, he was on fire. He just took off, got a substantial lead right from the get-go, and never looked back. And he had a similar run in the Clash for Cash too.
Yeah, and I mean, coming from the outside gate, I thought, no way. You know, he's all the way outside, and I'm thinking, man, he's got to get the start. He's got to throw the hammer down. All the way down the start straight, he was just pulling gears, and he came right across to the inside. I mean, he ended up pole shot, but I mean, it wasn't because he was the first one to the corner. He just never shut off.
Yeah, I think Heath has definitely come in really strong this season. That's 2 Clash for Cash wins for him this year.
Yep.
I mean, I know we haven't.
His first two, too. I mean, that's his first 2 wins. I mean, you know, it's been years since he's been right there battling. There's week after week, he's one of the fastest guys, if not the fastest guy, year in, year out. But he just quite didn't get it together. This year, I think he's got his game together.
I definitely think it'll be interesting, too. You know, once some of our former champions, heavy hitters like Cole and Johnny come back to the tour, you know, I think it'll definitely mix things up. Heath will have this momentum from these first couple rounds. The other guys will be fresh to Arenacross, and I think it'll be a great mix of talent.
Well, and that's just it. I mean, you know, Cole's back riding on a bike again. I mean, it's been a while. I mean, Houston of last year, almost a whole year off, really, from that Supercross knee injury, and you know, he's trying to get back healthy. And when he comes back, and both Johnny and him and several others that are coming off injury and stuff, I mean, it's going to be good. I know we're going to lose some guys going to the AMA series and whatnot in Supercross, but with those guys coming back, they're going to fill the gap, if not make it even better.
Yeah, and there was definitely some new faces that I haven't seen since last season that decided to come back this round. Some of the guys at the first round weren't here. Hopefully we'll see them again, but it's just constantly changing. We had over 30 entries in the pro classes alone, 60 total between both of them. So when you think about it, I mean, it's a 12-man gate, so 60 guys show up. You have to fight for it here.
Oh yeah, and there definitely was fighting, both on the track and off the track. I mean, we had to break up a couple little tussles, but I mean, when there's money on the line, that's what it's like, right?
Yeah, and that's one thing I think people are catching on to is how much money it actually is. It's the biggest response I hear going around is like, oh, what'd you think about it? Like, man, I didn't know I could make that much money.
Yeah,
here.
Well, it's Arenacross too, so I mean, you got really time on the track versus dollars. I mean, you're making huge amounts for the time you're on the track.
Yeah, one night of racing, you come, you get to race in front of a crowd. We have a big opening ceremonies. It's definitely something that if you're looking to further your career, it's definitely a stepping stone.
Well, and that's just it, and it's the same as you know, Amsoil's doing it. I mean, we're not Amsoil Arenacross, but we're the next thing, and then we're trying to make it so that, you know, this is something to get people ready for the East Coast Series, and that's what we've done. We've set it up so that we finish our series prior to East Coast Supercross, so riders can come to this series, get ready for East Coast, get some racing, put some money in their pocket, and be ready.
Exactly. They get used to that nighttime schedule, and you know, I mean, all our rounds are fairly close, so you're not spending a ton if you're down here in the Southeast region. But I mean, look at guys like Travis and Josh Osby. They're from up north, and they make the trek down here. So obviously, it's worth coming to.
Yeah, and I mean, we're getting, like I say, people from all over, south, north, everywhere, really.
Yeah, we had people from Canada, amateur riders from Canada this weekend that came down, so
Yep.
it's definitely growing. It's a good thing to be a part of, and we've definitely had some new sponsors step on board. This past week, we introduced the new reel cameras.
Oh, those things are awesome.
Yeah, we stuck them on a couple of our top 5 guys, so we'll have a lot of footage from them, some point of view straight from the leaders. So.
And I mean, I just like, there's a lot of cameras out there, but how easy these things are to use. I couldn't believe that there's all these buttons that you don't have to cycle through the button and and then you're scrambling on the line to get it to work, and then you get off the track and you're like, I didn't record anything.
Yeah.
This thing records like that.
And it's even got the screen built straight in. It's not an accessory you buy, it's right there.
Yeah.
That was super helpful. I know you get your angle perfect right off the gate. And then that you don't go home, watch it, and you're like, oh man, my camera was too low.
Too low, too high, side to side, you don't know what side, right?
So that was our first experience with those, and overall, I think a lot of the riders were impressed with them. Our usage with them went better than I could have planned. All right, so I have Travis Sewell here tonight with me, and we just finished up our round in Bowling Green, Kentucky. It was round 2. Tell us a little bit about how your night went tonight.
It started off pretty good. I won both heat races, so that was nice. 450 main just had a terrible start and ended up fighting through the pack and ended up 3rd. The lights main, I had a good start and ended up winning. And then in the clash, Heath just got the start, and he's riding really good. Just kind of followed him around and tried staying up the whole time.
And this is your 2nd round with us this year. How did Cookville go for you last week?
Cookville, I think, went a little bit smoother than this one did. This track was really tough to ride with it being so tight, and the dirt was a little bit different than you usually deal with indoors, but it's all just different challenges for us to deal with.
Yeah, and I heard you talking a little bit earlier about some of the training you've been doing. Have you been doing some like Arenacross specific training to get ready for some of these rounds?
Yeah, I've actually been working with Brad Jaraminski at Club 57 down in Climax, Georgia, and he's been helping me out a lot with just little things that I've lost through the years of technique and stuff like that, and been spending a lot of time on Arenacross and Supercross tracks.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming out tonight. Do you want to thank some of your sponsors?
Yeah, I'd like to thank 100% Novik, EVS, Decal Works, Rhino Power, Club 57, Drew at Fast Moto. Other than that, we're still trying to figure everyone else out, so I thank everyone that has helped me the last year as well.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your results tonight.
Thank you.
Going into the future here, we got that Engine Ice Triple Cup.
With all these pros showing up, we decided to team up with Engine Ice, do something for the amateurs. It's strictly a 2nd day of amateur racing. You're going to rework the track. It's going to be more amateur friendly. You're going to be able to get double points because those are going to count towards Arenacross Tour championship points, which kind of throws a wrench into there because riders can now come get 2 days of racing, and it's going to be a great opportunity. You'll really get your money's worth with it.
No, I agree. I mean, we had great racing here, Taylor. I mean, we're going to have great race in the future, and I think, with the momentum we got, it's just going to keep going up.
Yep. Well, we're here in Bowling Green. We head to Batesville in a couple weeks, so stay tuned for the next action.